Hi there, welcome to the Big Bear Yarns podcast. I'm Anna, the dyer behind Big Bear Yarns. I live in Essex in the UK with my sister, my 2 dogs and my cat. And this is my podcast where I talk about my knitting and crochet and what I've been dyeing and things that come into the shop, what I've been reading, listening to, watching, depends on the week. So I'll just get started on some finished items I have. I've only got 2 things. Yeah, I've only got 2 things that I finished this week. These ones you saw sort of finished last week, but like I said, I don't consider it an item finished until all the ends have been woven in, and like if they're socks, they've been blocked. So these ones have now been blocked. These are just scrappy socks with leftovers of lavender lemonade. Then there's stalwart Hades. Then there's yellow from my Christmas 2024 set. Then there's Athena's Reason. Then there's purple from one of my Christmas sets, and another purple which is has been in the shop but it's not in the shop at the moment, which is a plum colour. These are finished, these are for me. They were knit, like all my socks are, on 2.5mm DPNs. 64 stitches, this is a 2x2 twisted rib. I'm a UK size 7, so I do 70 rounds, including the gusset decreases for my foot. Yeah, so these are done. These were pair number 15 for 2025, and then the second pair that I finished are also for me. They are in Golden Hour Winter, which is my own hand dyed. This is on the rustic sock, which is a Regia I buy Regia undyed, so the base itself, if you like knitting with the Regia sock yarns, this is the Regia sock yarns. Again, they're 64 stitches. This is a 1x1 regular rib, which I do 1x1 rib sometimes because just to change things up a bit, but I don't really like 1x1 rib. I don't know, I don't really like it that much. I don't feel it sucks in as much either. I don't know, but yeah, these were pair number 16 for the year. So that's 2 finished items. Then I'll show you some of the works in progress. Oh, my hair's getting stuck to my lips. So I've been working on another blanket for my nephew. He just get a bit muddled up down here. Hold on. So I've been using I showed you last week on the last episode about the Snug as a Bug spots I had in my order. This is in the shade Carrot, I think, Carrot something. I didn't actually look it up again because Yarnsmiths don't put the colour name, they just put it's 2F100. It's still, as of yesterday when I looked, it was still on sale, but I'm not sure at the moment. If it is, I'll put it in the link below. These. This is the second one. I'm partway through. Partway through the second one, and let me show you. The baby blanket. This is a double crochet granny blanket, but not granny stitch blanket. Just it's coming out nicely. I think it's slightly wrinkled. I don't know if you can see. It's sort of like wrinkles up ever so slightly, but I think once it's washed it'll be fine, and once he's wrapped up in it I don't think it'll be a big deal. So I'm partway through the second one. That's for 300 grams each, and I'm using a 9mm crochet hook. I'm following a tutorial for it, but I can't remember the person's name, but I'll put a link in the description below of the tutorial I used for this, because I wanted to do like an easy, I started off doing a back and forth double crochet blanket, but then I started getting concerned that I made it too wide, or it's going to be, so I thought, well, if I just do a round and around square blanket, I can just stop whenever I'm running out of yarn. So I pulled it out and started again. So that's one of my works in progress. My other work in progress is, like I said last week, I've been working on the Easy Summer Autumn Crochet Sweater, which the sample when I designed it in Drops Bell, which is a cotton, linen and viscose blend, DK, and I like that yarn, and when you wash it, it feels a bit hard and crispy, but once you wear it, it does soften back up again, but it's not really my favourite, so I bought some more Drops Cotton Merino, just fold it over because it's quite big, which I'm working on just at the moment. The part of the pattern is just back and forth, so I'm just crocheting that up. Not really much to say about it. I just add a stitch marker for every row I've done, so I don't have to go back and count all the rows every time. I can just add a stitch marker and then count my stitch markers, and that's much more simple than trying to count rows. So that's the other thing I'm working on. That's using a 5.5mm crochet hook. What else? Let's see. Oh yeah, there's my that's the crochet hook, 5.5mm. What's on there? And that's hot glue from something I was working on. So my shower bag. Got my bedtime socks, which I have made a little bit more progress on, but I've been so tired this last week. By the time I get to bed, I'm not really doing any work. But here we are. Oh gosh, I'm so tangled. Hold on, give me 1 second. There we go. So this is the, oh gosh, it's still tangled. There we go. I've just got the purple to do for the foot, and then I'll be back to this colour for the toe, and then these will be done. These will be done by next week, I'm pretty sure, because I'm almost done on them. Very little to go. I've restarted the toe on this one. They will be finished by next week, theoretically. So, although I haven't used up anywhere near as much yarn as I hoped I would, this is going to end up in my scrap box, because this will be under 50 grams, I'm pretty sure. Because I'd already used some of this yarn for another pair of socks. This one will definitely be in the under 50 scraps, and then, oh no, the other one's already in. Yeah, it's already in my bowl of scraps, the other one. That had like 32 grams. So then I've made some progress on most of the socks, I think. Let me show you. So, as I've shown you before, these ones from my mum. I've done the first sock, and I've done a lot. Oh, I'm midway through some stitches on here. Oh yeah, because I took this, I had a hospital appointment today. Let's quickly finish these stitches or I'm gonna have problems. I had a hospital appointment this morning, so I took this to do some knitting in the waiting room. I got a few rounds in, but then got called in midway through a round, so let's just knit those off and I can show you. So I'm recording this a bit later, so it might be a bit more hectic than usual. I just thought I'd sit down and get it recorded. So yeah, I've done the, as you can see, calf, the leg, the heel flap. I do the Crazy Sock Ladies vanilla socks and DPNs, the heel flap and the gusset and everything, how she does it on her tutorial. See, I've done the gusset, that's not gusset, that's the heel flap. I've done the heel flap, slip stitch, the heel turn. Heel turns, no matter how many socks I make, a heel flap always just feels absolutely magical when you start like knitting like flat. I don't know, it just feels like witchcraft. And I've done the gusset decreases and I'm onto the foot. So this one will be done. Oh gosh, that cat scared me. Whew. I thought the wall was coming down. Buried in wool. Yeah, so I'm on the foot. These will be done this week. They'll be finished by my next podcast. So that's them. I've only got just probably about like 30 something left because I think I'm basically ready to put this stitch marker onto the other sock. So they'll be done for my mum. Then we've got, oh yeah, I've actually made some progress on these ones as well. These ones are my sea glass. That's hard to say when you your S's. Sea glass. Might not be named better. Oh well, who knows. So these are the cakes. I've got actually a sea glass sock set. Again, more S's. This is a sea glass, which kind of looks like they're the same skeins, like they're the same colours in the skeins. They don't really show up as how different they are when they're like that. But then when you see them, I'll get my hair caught in everything, they look quite different. And then when you see them knit again, you can, oh gosh, I'm so tangled. Honestly, you think I might have got myself a bit prepared, but not really. Let me just pop this eel back in. There you can see the mini, and then so these ones are for my mum as well. That's 70 gram socks. So I sat over here because the like hatch to the kitchen where the conservatory is right over there. So I thought if I sit here, a better light, but now it's sort of blowing out, but maybe it'll be okay. Yeah, so this is the sea glass sock set, which has just so many colours in it, as you can see. But so I've only got a few more rounds to do on that leg, and I'll be there. Yeah, that'll be probably done this evening in front of the TV. Which I do have some of these still available for sale in my shop. Back. Oh, I forgot to say, I've got all these little minis from the other socks that I've had to wind off to get them to match. And I still don't think they're going to 100% match, but I mean, these can go in my granny blanket, I think, because I'm going to have enough yarn in what I've got up there in the bag, that's what I mean. And then we've got these ones. Oh gosh, I'm losing all my stitches. Give me 1 second. Oops. Okay. Oh. Yeah, I think we're good. Yeah. It's the issue with using such short DPN. Sometimes you just dropped a needle, but not one that was important in the moment, so it doesn't matter. Let's see, yarn everywhere on this way. Oh, there we go. These ones are in they're a Yarn Smith merino sock. It's a Yarn Smith merino sock, and a really messy cake. The problem with the Yarn Smith's yarn, it comes in like a sausage shape, like a thick sausage, and it's really hard to cake it up. Yeah. It's in shade 2K085. It's a lovely burgundy colour. These are for my sister. These ones should probably be done this month because she likes a short leg, so I'll probably only do 30 rounds for her leg. So they'll be down to the heel flap on the first sock this week. I might even have the heel flap and gusset and that done by next time. That's the next one. They're new on the needles as of this last week. Oh, dropping things everywhere. Oh, and these ones will be finished by next week. So we've got sock 1 done, and we've got sock 2 is down to the foot. This is my own hand dyed in the Regia undyed, a one of a kind colour, can't be replicated. Sat in my shop for years. No one wanted it, and I thought it was beautiful, so I took it for myself. Which doesn't happen very often. Most of them do sell, but you know, sometimes it's just not what people want. But I think it's lovely. I have probably quite a bit of this one left, probably about like 30 grams, so I'll go back into my under 50 gram scrap bowl. But they'll be done by next week, because as I've stated before, I'm trying to do 60 socks this year, which means I have to do 5 pairs every month, and I've managed to do it for the first 3 months of the year. I'm going to try and do it for each month. I haven't got a good history of keeping up with that sort of thing, so it might not happen. These ones are onto the heel flap. When I say onto the heel flap, literally I've just done the first row of the slip stitch heel. So these are for me. I'm doing a pair of shorties, so I've only done 20 rounds for the leg. 2x2 twisted rib, loving 2x2 twisted rib. I love the way it sucks in as well. This is in, I got this wrong before. This is in Country Garden, which I do have somewhere. There it. Oh, I think I see it. Yeah. Country Garden. This is it in the cake. And this is it in the sock. So I don't know when these will be done. They won't take too long again because they're shorties. I need some more shorties. I love when I wear hand knit wool socks all throughout the summer. They don't make my feet too hot. I think you just need to wear the right type. I don't like wearing such woolly socks. I wouldn't wear any of the like West Yorkshire spinners or anything like that during the summer months, but the merino superwash, I think that just keeps your feet just perfect temperature. I wear them all year round. And then I've got, oh yeah, I don't know who these ones are for yet. I haven't decided. They're not going to be for my older sister because she so far has all of the socks I've knit out of this type of yarn. This is the, let me see if I remember. It's a King Cole Norse, and I think this colour, is Valley or Vidar. Let me check, I might be completely wrong. Let's see, oh, King Cole, that's a good start, King Cole North. Ah, I wasn't wrong. Colour 5405, Valley. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm not sure if anyone, I don't know if that's even focusing. Anyway, trust me on it, it's Valley. Oh, let me sort that out again, it's all blowing out. Which is, I love the yarn, I really like it. It's a more rustic sock, you can sort of see it's a bit more woolly. There's like a slight fuzz to it. But it's soft. It is soft with that. It's not scratchy. It's softer than a West Yorkshire Spinners. And it's lovely that it stripes in a really fun way. The only issue is that there's quite long repeats, so you have to wind off so much yarn. And I'm not sure I'm going to bother matching them up. I've never bothered matching them up previously. I might just let them. I might keep these ones for myself though, because I have given all the other ones, the other two pairs. I've got quite a bit more of this to go though. I don't think any of these are it, but I've got some more on the second one back of that. So these ones will probably be for me, but they might be for my mum. I don't know, we'll see. But they are 2x2 twisted rib, 64 stitches, 2.5mm. These are Knit Pro Zing. Z-I-N-G Zing. I'll try and put it on the screen here, but oh, that cat scared me again. But previously when I add any editing and things to my videos, it won't export, which is what I had massive problems with last week, as if you did watch my last episode, I had to split it into two, because at the full length, it would not export. Don't matter what I did, I spent literally 7 hours messing about with it to try and get it to export and waiting for it to export, and it did not. So I'm not going to do too much changing of things. I'll try and just, if I have to, then I can just upload the raw footage and it will be fine. And then we've got these ones, which you must be bored of seeing because you've seen them so many times and I've made such little progress. Part of the reason why I've made such little progress is this yarn is not fun to knit on. It splits so much. Look at it. It's lucky these are for me because look how horrendous that looks. Oh well. Yeah, not really any progress. Still on the first sock. This is the Vikings of Nordway Nordless yarn. It's a beautiful soft yarn. It's very pretty. It's rustic in the way it's not soft like merino, but it's not scratchy and being like that. I'm actually wondering if the rest of it I'm actually not going to bother making into socks. I might just crochet it into like a small shawl or something, because knitting with it is not that enjoyable. But then I do like the socks it creates. Well, I didn't keep these socks for myself last time. I knit them for my younger sister, and considering how much hard work they were and how many times I had to go back and drop down like 15 rounds and things to pick up stitches that had split, I hadn't realised because I was knitting in the dark. And then she doesn't even wear them. But that's fine. I'm going to take a sip of drink. Hold on. I lost my straw for this a while ago, and I found it and it ended up in our spice straw. And now it really tastes and smells like cumin and coriander and stuff, which is lovely if you're eating, if you want that in your food, but not so much in your water bottle. So I've got this metal straw, but it's too thin for the hole, so I've had to wrap a clean, it's a brand new one, hairband around it to stop it disappearing into the bottle. I need a new bottle soon actually. I've actually got one more thing I can show. I haven't redone much on it since you saw it previously, but I'll show it anyway, and I'll move the stitch marker along. This is the Granny Square blanket. I've got quite a lot I can do on it now because I've got quite a few minis that have ended up in there. Let's see, where are we? I think we're on the purple now. Let's see, oh there we go. See this? This is the stitch marker, and I've done, which way do we go in? Oh yeah. So that's the stitch marker I put in, and since then I've done this much from here to here. But progress is progress, so I'll move the stitch marker right now. Here we go. Put it here. And hopefully by next week I won't be as tired. when I go to bed, and I'll get some more work done on my granny square blanket. And I can work out what I want to do with it and how big I want it to be. I want it to be considerably bigger than it is right now. So what I'm just going to do, I'm going to pop some of my project bags back into the basket, and I'll move those out of the way so I've got a bit more... Oh, that was loud. Sorry if that was really loud. So I've got a little bit more space. And then I will show you some other bits. I've had some... oh, my eyes are itchy. Allergies. Hay fever. Hay fever, if you're not from the UK, is allergy to pollen. We call it hay fever. So I'll scooch those over, stretch my leg out. Oh, sat that for 25 minutes. I'm not a spring chicken anymore, can't do that. Do you remember when you were a child and you could sit in assembly on a hard floor, cross-legged, for like 45 minutes, and you'd be just bounce up, no problem at all? Those days are not these days. So here we are. So I shall, there's a book, which is no point showing you guys because maybe it should be my thumbnail. Oh, well. Assistant to the Villain, haven't read a single word of it yet. I really did intend to, and I still intend to, but then I went down another fan fiction rabbit hole. And I got sucked into another book. I discovered last year the Hermione fan fiction there is available, which is Draco Malfoy and Hermione Granger from Harry Potter fan fiction, which I always thought I wouldn't be interested in that. That sounds awful. Why would you, like? And then I read some, and then it all started from, and it was all from there. So I've been. I read, I started with Manacled, which is not available anymore because the author has now published her work, so it's not available, but I got in there just before it was gone. And I've read loads of others. I can list them down below if anyone's interested. Comment down below and I can add like to the description ones that I would recommend. But I've been reading Love, Another Historical Instance, I think it is, on AO3. Which I'm only a chapter in, but I'm already sucked in. And I'm also going to be rereading A Discovery of Witches. Because I'm going to dye a colour, I think, soon, based on A Discovery of Witches. I'm thinking like purples and greens and maybe some gold. I'm not sure, we'll see. I think there will be a Discovery of Witches colour come into the shop. There will also be a What We Do in the Shadows colour come in this Halloween, which What We Do in the Shadows is probably one of my favourite TV shows I've seen in a long time. If you like sort of goofy, gothic, very funny, but dark comedy, but well done dark comedy, you should try What We Do in the Shadows on Disney. So I did a tiny little burp, but again, I've got fizzy water in here. Oh, I've got my own hair stuck to it. Lovely. I shed as much. I can't really complain about Odin shedding because I think I shed just as much, if not more, than he does. So, okay. Fizzy water because I won't drink Coke or Pepsi or any of them anymore. So now I shall show you where it's gone. Oh, here it is. I'll show you what I got on my order. I got quite a few things, and I'd said, didn't I, previously, that I'm not going to get any more sock yarn because I have all of this, which I said 36. It's 32. I knew it was 32. I was thinking in my head 32, but I said 36. Embarrassing. And I've got more over there on the other side of my room. Loads more sock yarn, and this cubby here. It's not full of hand-dyed sock yarn. But there is a lot of hand-dyed sock yarn in there as well, and you might see where this is going. I ordered more sock yarn, but in my defence, it was on sale. And I can't resist sock yarn that's on a discount. It's just not who I am. So, this is all from Wool Warehouse, which is a UK online yarn shop. I don't believe they anymore have a physical shop anymore. They did at one stage have a physical shop, but I don't think they do anymore. Wool Warehouse, I'll link it down below. If I forget to link anything, just leave a thing and just comment something and I'll add it or send it to you. See, I got this one, which is shade 2G070, and these were on sale for like £4.60. So I got this one, this one, they're so pretty, they make me so happy. 2G020, this one, which is 2G110. These were still on sale last time I looked. They were still, well, not sale, clearance. They're a clearance colour, so once they're gone, they're gone. But there might still be some more. I was going to get a few others, but I picked a limit and I stuck to it. Mostly. There's no judgment here though, is there? We're all friends. There's this one. Dropping it. Thumbnail. I feel so goofy. This is lovely. This is like a kind of, I don't know, like kind of heathered. I don't know if that's the right word, but it's lovely. I can't remember what they're called because again, they don't put the colour names, just the shade code. So this is 2G080. So I've got these. Ooh, blimey, dropping everything. Hide my double chin. Got these ones. Lift your head up. Don't show the double chin. There we go. They're very pretty though. They'll be very pretty socks. But from now on, no more sock yarn until it all fits in this cubby here. I will stick to it. And I'll show you, this is this really old blanket. It's, I don't know, what year is it, 2025? 10, 11 years old probably. Near enough. 10 years old. It's this bubble stitch. It's very old. Dita, my old staffy, she's ripped it apart. So it's this bubble stitch, but it's held up pretty well. But it has got lots of where she's a white staffy, but she has one claw that's totally black. All her other claws are clear, so you can see right through to where the vein is. So I can just snip them. Like Odin, he's got clear claws. You can see exactly where the veins are, because dogs, I don't know if you know, have veins in their claws and full of nerve endings if you go up to that bit, which is massively painful and bleeds everywhere, which I made the mistake, which was traumatizing for me and for my dog, Mr. T, my soul dog. I think all my dogs are my soul dogs really, but he was a beautiful boy. He was a black Staffordshire Bull Terrier, but he had completely black claws, and one time I snipped his claw and I went just a bit too far and he screamed. He was such a good boy, and he never got aggressive, even though the pain he must have been in, and it was just horrific. So I'm so careful. So now she has what we call her witch's claw, which is her black claw, which I just snip a tiny bit off every single week to try and keep it low. But her little witch's claw, from that tangent, is to do with the threads that get ripped on these blankets, which is why I don't do them in like wools and things, because it's just not worth they need to be hard wearing. So there's this blanket which is old, so on that, what that is about is I bought more yarn to do another bubble blanket in another acrylic yarn, because that was in Stylecraft Special DK, which was one of my favourites for like, why has my brain not got any words? It's my favourite yarn for just basic acrylics. It's quite soft, it softens up with washing. Hold on, these are not the ones I'm showing you. I got, was it 7 I think I got? Oh, I've got my invoice here, and that will show me. I got 7 of this. I can show you tell you what the yarn is actually now. So this one, 2G02, is Windbreak. It's yellow, Windbreak. Then we've got, try to keep the invoice off camera because it's got my address on it. This one is Trifle. Then this one must be fruit. This one I think is Fruit Salad, but let me check. Fruit Salad, which is a good name for that one. And then this one is Clowning Around. So yeah, I got 7 of these ones to make another bubble blanket, because they were on sale. They were like 54% off. This is Yarn Smith's Full of Beans DK. I don't know what the thing with beans is at the moment, but... And this is... Sunday? Oh, it has to do with beans though. Anything, I don't know, Sunday to do with beans or Sunday beans? Tell me if there are such a thing as Sunday beans, because this one says it's called Sunday. It's shade code 1H008. I got 7 of them. They're this like goldeny colour, like a beige, a light pink, purple and brown Sunday. I got 7 of those to make a new bubble blanket. I'll keep them in their bag right now because I haven't really got enough room in my stash for them. Shouldn't have bought them, but I did buy them and I love them. And there's this one, which, let me see what colour this is. This is Haricot. I've got 2 of these. 2 of those, which is this of the blue. I'm not sure what I'm going to make with it, with just 2 of them. Could add them into the bubble blanket, couldn't I? Put a stripe here and there. I don't know. Oh no, I thought about making that with my nephew, I think. And that's what I was thinking of. It's lovely, that blue though. And then I got these ones, which are really pretty. They kind of give me like Christmas vibes. I'm not sure, I think they're meant to, because they're runner bean. It's a runner bean. Yeah. They're lovely. Got 4 of those. So I'll put this all back in their bag. Yeah, so I'm not going to be buying... No. I'm not going to be buying any more yarn until I've used up more of what I've got. I will not. You will not see any more. I promise you now. If I can be trusted. Which I don't. I can. I'm going to be good. So I've spoken about books. I'm going to read Assistant to the Villain. I'm going to start reading it this week, as well as reading the fan fiction I'm also reading. I've got two new colours coming to the shop. My colour I showed last week, Messy and Lagoon Messy. Messy is one of my favourites I've dyed in a long time. I am a speckles girly. I really am. I just love them. Look at it. Look. Lovely. Oh, push it in there. So I've got two new colours coming to the shop this week. We have this one. Which is Peach Iced Tea. Which is a brown and a peachy pink and golden yellow. You can see the golden yellow here, speckled. But this one I've got more of it, but I haven't skeined it up yet. This is it loose before it's wound up. Peaches and browns. And then we've got one more colour coming. This isn't a very neat skein, is it? Could have done better with that. This one is Berry Crush. Blue and purple speckle. Which is very pretty in my opinion. I am biased, but it's very pretty. And this is it. That hasn't been skeined up yet. I will skein them and label them later. So I think that is pretty much it for this week. I didn't manage to get up last week's vlog because of exporting issues, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and I'm going to take out a whole load of the footage and leave in the stuff from Mother's Day, and hopefully that will export either later on today or tomorrow. And I've been very busy, very tired this last week. I've had a hospital appointment I've been worried about, which thankfully everything seems to be fine. But so I haven't re-recorded anything since Mother's Day, but I'll be recording stuff throughout the coming week. So thank you to everyone who's watched. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed and stayed subscribed. Everyone who's watched, even if you haven't subscribed. If you did like this video, if you would like it and leave a comment about something down below, that would really help me. But if you don't want to, or you're watching it on TV, it's fine. But thank you so much to everyone who does watch. It really does makes me so happy. I'll see you next week. Stay safe and happy and have a good week. Bye.